Previously on Butch Patterson, Private Dick. I was having one of those mornings. The kind of day that puts you to bed without foreplay, then calls you a week later to say you better go see your doctor about a rash. I needed a cigar to take the edge off. I'd been catching Z's at my office for a few days because I still owed my mom 5.5 years back rent, and she'd been turning up the heat.
Matches!
Dames, go figure. The whole cigar thing was turning me inside out. I needed to take my gray matter on a little vacation before it got all twisty like a drunk contortionist having a grand mal seizure on a hayride gone wrong. Frank was just the ticket.
Anyone ever tell you you're as dumb as a bag of hammers, Frank? Yeah, never you mind who this is, you big panty-wearing showgirl. Hey, calm down, Frankie. If I wanted to listen to some effeminate buckethead who doesn't know his arse from the hole in the ground because he's too busy acting like a whining little half-wit and trying to get into my pants, I would have called your dad. I ain't got time to waste, Daffodil. I just wanted to call and leave a message for your wife. Tell her thanks from the fellas. Matches! How you doing? You got a match?
Your face and my ass. Isn't that how it goes?
She was all style and had a mouth like my mother.
You want a Caesar?
It's a bit early.
Not if you can't tell time. Here's your Caesar. Sorry, I'm all out of celery, clamato juice, ice, and good glasses.
Don't you want to know who I am? Why I'm here?
Put it in park, gumdrop. The only fire around here is in my pants.
You're not wearing any pants.
Consider it an early Christmas present.
The sign on the door said you were a private dick. That means detective, right?
Depends what circles you run in.
My name is Anita Peabody. I work for the Montgomery Insurance Company. We specialize in jewelry. Diamonds, rubies, the odd opal.
Aren't they all?
This really would be easier if you were wearing pants.
I think you'll find I do some of my best work sans pants. You want more booze?
I've got 9 ounces left.
What are you, Amish?
Pants?
She was playing the hard-to-get gambit, but I could feel her gaze sinking into my boyish buttocks like the gloved hand of a lovesick proctologist. She wasn't fooling anybody, and I was damn sure she knew that I knew she was giving me the once-over and acting like she wasn't while I pretended not to notice. Who says a girl can't dream?
So what kind of rare diamonds?
We insure only the finest and most expensive jewelry in the world.
Well, kudos for you, Cinnamon Pants. What's that got to do with a grunt like me?
Have you ever heard of the Parisian blue?
World's biggest and purest rock, one of a kind, priceless? Yeah, old Butch may have caught wind of something like that.
It was being flown over for display at the Scott Baio Museum of Fine Art. It was to be their centerpiece exhibit. It's never been seen in North America before.
You think I'd look good in a hat?
What?
Sorry, I wasn't listening to what you said because I was thinking about myself. Something about putting Scott Baio on display. I'm no art lover, but I gotta tell you, I don't think you're gonna draw much of a crowd.
It's just the name of the museum. I don't know who took the diamond. In fact, I don't think anybody did.
If it ain't not where it's supposed to be, I don't skinny to the quandary, sunshine.
No one I've talked to has ever seen it. It's all just rumors and hearsay, like some kind of great myth about missing treasure or something. I don't think there is a Parisian blue diamond. I don't think there ever was. But I've got an insurance claim on my desk of $50 million. And I need you to get to the bottom of it.
See, insurance fraud, international intrigue, third-rate television stars. The bottom's a long way from the top on this one, baby, and the cab that gets you there is gonna take the long road like you were some dumb drunk tourist real new in town. I'm talking big bucks, baby.
I'm willing to bet it'll be cheaper than $50 million.
Well, I don't put a cap on expenses, but you're probably right. I'll need $50 up front, and the same on the back end when I clean the ass and put the diaper on this baby. And then there's a little matter of walking around money.
Walking around money?
$12 a day, 1 week in advance. Make that 2 weeks. Jesus Christ, that's enough money to fill a pig.
I suppose it would be. But why would you want to?
Just an old expression.
Your cut comes to $246. Why don't we call it an even $250?
Cool your jets, pal. I'm onto you like stink on a badger, and Butchie don't play that game. Besides, you're looking at a whole lot more than $4 if you want to ride the Ferris wheel in my pants.
Fine. Can you break a 5?
Now, I keep all my big bills in another man's pants.
Why don't I give you $250 now? We can deduct the $4 from the $50 I'll owe you later, and I'll just give you $46 instead.
Yeah, all right. But don't try and screw me, because I'm writing all this down the minute you leave. Now, this insurance claim your company's all jived up about.
Some company called NTR Enterprises. I checked their address. It's a mailbox drop site. There's nothing else to go on.
Tell you what, Ironside, why don't you leave this sleuthing to me? That's why they call me a dick. Well, one of the reasons. Besides, there's still plenty of rocks left to overturn, and I've got a hunch that once the first domino starts to fall, the canaries are going to start singing like stool pigeons and talking to the flies in the wall, and this whole putrid mess is going to blow up in the faces of the people that have been trying to pull the wool over the wolf in sheep's clothing's eyes.
Sure.
Give me the address for that drop site, and the name of the curator at the Scott Baio Museum of Fine Art.
Old Butchie's gonna get himself some culture. I'll call you in a couple of days and let you know where things stand.
What'll I do until then?
Try to get over me, baby. I'd turned a corner and run smack dab into the big braless bosom of Lady Luck. Funny, ain't it, how life's like that? You find yourself chugging along through the same dull routine, convinced you'll never catch a break. And out of the blue, some dame comes into your life waving a wad of dough thick enough to choke a monkey. A big monkey. Not one of them little cigar-smoking Hollywood movie freaks.
Good day, sir. Can I help you?
Ain't looking for no bum tango, hero, so forget the flowers and chocolate routine.
Come again?
Give me the lowdown on the hat.
It's a big world. A lot of hats.
The hat in the window, smartass.
Buzz Aldrin wore that hat on the moon. It's got historical significance.
What kind of scratch would a man be looking at to walk out of here with that little piece of historical significance on his head?
$2,200.
$2,200, eh? What size is it?
Oh, it's big enough, mister. And it would look real sweet with that suit of yours.
Yeah, well, I'm a little short right now.
So is Webster. But look what he made of himself.
It's a lot of money for a hat. I could see if it came with a car or something, but just a hat. I'll have to think about it.
$2,000 even. And I'll throw in Herman Goering's golf shoes. He'll be back.
It had been a while since I spent time in a fancy-ass museum eyeing the crap that passes for art these days. The folks who bought this kind of stuff were the same ones who ate in better restaurants than me, drove nicer cars, had stock portfolios, gorgeous houses, picturesque weekend getaways, good solid families, sat on the boards of hospital and charity committees, paid their taxes and ran businesses that employed hundreds of people. Helps to stabilize the economy and provide a decent standard of living for their workers. The kind of people who gave endowments to their alma mater and set up scholarship funds for underprivileged kids so they could go on to secondary education and better their lives. Like any of that means jack squat in today's crazy mixed up world. It takes all kinds, I guess.
Quite stunning, don't you think? I'm sorry if I startled you. I saw you admiring the picture. I thought you might be an interested buyer.
I'm interested in buying things, all right, fruitcake. Just not this chunk of crap.
Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
My fist'll be in your eye if you don't quit coming on to me, you big strapless gown of a man. What's this heinous piece of garbage cost, anyway?
It's only $4,500.
That's twice what you'd pay for Buzz Aldrin's moon hat. You're crazy, mister.
Van Vander Van. Vance Van Vander Van, I'm the curator.
It's the stupidest name I've ever heard. You made that up, didn't you?
Would you buy this from Buster Tubbs?
I wouldn't buy it if I was whacked on acid and swimming ass deep in 20s. Besides, I don't own no Buster Tubbs.
I'm Buster Tubbs.
He was trying to confuse me with the old name switch ruse, but I wasn't biting. I'm here about the Parisian Blue, and I want to know everything you know, and if I think you're lying...
Perhaps we should continue this in a more discreet environment? I have an office in back.
We all do, so what?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with an office in back.
My fault, I thought you said orifice.
Something to drink, perhaps?
I'll take whatever you got. And don't stiff me on the pour.
It's 1-year-old Queen Anne. As fine a scotch as you're likely to find in this office. The true connoisseur would recoil at the splash of water I favor. However, we all must suffer our own peculiarities and habits. I trust it meets with your discerning approval.
Pal, when it comes to me and drinking, I got 3 rules. All booze is good booze. Never turn down a free drink. And give me another one before I slap you around like my prison lover.
You were asking about the Parisian Blue. What would you like to know?
I decided to string them along a little before I set my trap. Life had taught me that showing your cards early could wind you up in the hospital trying to explain to some doctor how your bum got hurt. So anyway, about that Parisian Blue. Do you know where it is?
No.
Nuts. He was cool for a museum curator. Maybe too cool. But if experience has taught me one thing, it's the cooler they are, the harder it is to get answers out of them. Seems to me if I was expecting a rock that big and it went missing, I'd be jumping around like a frog with a firecracker up my ass. Unless, of course, I was the one who made it go missing.
Who said it was missing?
Spill the beans, you glass-eyed freak, or I'll make you rue the day you picked that haircut.
Delivery has been delayed, if that's what you mean. But I'm confident the exhibit will open on schedule. Undoubtedly to rave reviews, I might add. It truly is an exquisite gem. It's quite breathtaking.
So you've seen it then?
Personally? No. But I can assure you, having spoken to those that have beheld its beauty, it is unparalleled.
Well, what if I told you it was missing? There's an insurance claim sitting on my client's desk asking her company to pony up 50 million skins to square the deal. Send everyone home with the right size colostomy bag.
I'd say that English probably isn't your first language, and I'd say that you're wrong. It's merely a simple delay. Easily explained, I'm sure, and one that will give us all pause for a good chuckle once it's revealed, and we realize all this hubbub was for nothing. Quite simply an overreaction to a non-existent dilemma. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get ready for an opening.
Anyone I know? Just between you and me, Van Vandervan, I think someone's been yanking your chain. Like when you're walking a really big dog that keeps running ahead of you, pulling on the leash. Chain, I mean. Yanking it.
I'm afraid I can't help what you think. I can only tell you what I know.
Well, then tell me this. Who exactly was it that was going to lend you this particular rock so you could put it on display and act all cool and fancy?
The Parisian Blue is the crowning glory of the world's most astounding private collection. It's owned by the Hubela family of Belgium. Ours is the first museum ever granted the honor of putting it on display. The public is in for a rare treat. Now, is there anything else? My time is at a premium.
Yeah, 2 things. Do you think I'd look good in a hat?
Well, it depends on the hat. I'd really have to see it on. Now, what else is there?
Just this tank top. Talked a good story, but my gut told me different. He was a puppet, a 2-bit museum curator with a made-up name whose dreams of the fast lane led to dumb choices. Things were starting to come together, and I was willing to bet my last testicle that I knew exactly where the puppet master was going to guide the marionettes, and I'd be there with my Sharpie sharp scissors waiting to cut the strings. Until then, I aimed to put some good times under my belt and enjoy my sudden windfall. Give me the works.
Next on Butch Patterson.
What's my cut?
The satisfaction of helping a lady out?
Shark attack! How about the satisfaction of helping a lady out? My name in the story. The name of a good tattoo removal place. A big hungry cat that I'm gonna need for a couple of hours. 9 cigars, a bottle of peach schnapps, and $126,000 in fives. The only law around here answers to the name Patterson. Butch Patterson, private dick.
You're not that guy from the petting zoo, are you? That poor llama.
I don't know what you heard, mister, but I was just petting it.
The satisfaction thing, the tattoo thing. No cat. Your name in the story. $10 and the little bottle of whiskey in my purse that I got on the airplane.
Deal. But I want the cash in fives. Hitler's behind it.
Hitler? You mean he's alive?
You know him?
Of course I know him. World War II? The most evil man in the history of the human race?
Why would you want to hang out with a guy like that? Stick with old Butchie. I'll treat you better than that Hitler jerk any day. Ow, my femur!